About $1.6 million going to fewer than 100 children. Just what is behind all this? We'll continue to keep an eye on that. It's 28 minutes past 5. 131873 is the telephone number. It's 22 minutes to 6 o'clock here at 2GB. Now, Cyrus is online. Cyrus?
G'day.
G'day.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to correct some of this data about Scientology. I mean, all respect to Mr. K. You know, he's an electrical engineer. He's not a philosopher. You know, he hasn't studied Scientology, I can tell by what he said. Look, I myself actually am an aerospace engineer, but I've studied Scientology I've been a Scientologist over 20 years. And you know, L. Ron Hubbard himself wrote, he was a writer, and he wasn't just a science fiction writer, he wrote, that was only about 5% of everything he wrote. He was really, you know, grew up and, you know, he was in his 20s during the Great Depression, and those writings funded the research which became Scientology, which was the purpose of continuing on as a writer during that golden age. He was a humanitarian, and he did help with literacy and education. And I think it's wrong to just attack a group just because they might have a different method of education or literacy. I think the key point is results. Now, personally, as a member of the church, I've gone into the street and I've taught at-risk youth who are actually committing crimes, who are in trouble with the law. I've used L. Ron Hubbard's study technology, just totally secular, just to help these kids to get back on track. And I worked with a lady who is not a Scientologist, and I handled these kids with her. All of them, they did not return to breaking the law or anything like that. And,
Senator Xenophon has said some very, very outspoken things about Scientology. He said them under the cover of parliamentary privilege, and having read what he said, I can understand why. I've got to do a lot more research in Scientology. I've only had one experience with Scientology, and there was a very popular corner on Broadway, up the top of George Street.
Did we ask you to take a personality test?
And you asked me to take... Yeah, this is some years ago. And they said, can you take a personality test? This has got nothing to do with anything. They take you to a room. They took me to a doorway up the road, and eventually I find out they were Scientologists.
Oh, well, you know, definitely I agree with you. They should have been, you know, more clear. And
did the old personality test up there at Broadway?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, things like that. That's just an introduction to, you know,
why don't they come up and say, hi, we're Scientologists, and we'd like to take you up this alleyway here and have a talk?
Well, you know, I've noticed them now. They actually wear badges, and it says.
Well, they didn't then, and that was nothing.
They didn't wear it then I agree with you.
Well, that was nothing less than deceptive. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. But look, the main thing is, like you said, you know, it's like you know, we have to find out for oneself what is the truth of Scientology, and also what is the truth of these allegations. I mean, I think it was disingenuous of him to put these things forward and ask for an inquiry, you know, prior to even giving them to the police. In other words, and he said it in Parliament. He said, we're guilty first, then he gave it to the police to prove it. I mean, that's totally backwards.
All right, but Cyrus, just stay there. I think, how long have I given? Just looking here, you've had 6 minutes and 55. Can you hang on? No, because Heather is online, who's rung in. Heather, are you there?
I'm there.
Heather, you told my producers you're a lawyer who's been researching Scientology for quite some time.
That's right, for the last 2 years. I've had no personal experience other than exactly what you've had, actually, Luke. I had the same experience.
The personality test.
Yeah,
and Cyrus knew exactly what I was saying when I mentioned Broadway, and I think he agrees with me. It was nothing less than deceptive. But what are your findings, Heather?
Well, look, specifically about the study technology. This is the situation. L. Ron Hubbard wrote this study technology as part of his religious writing. Okay, so that's what the word study technology refer to. Applied Scholastics is a corporation, or actually a set of corporations, that have been created by the Church of Scientology to disseminate study technology under the guise of it being a secular educational tool or process. But I have in front of me on screen a document called the Command Channels of Scientology, and it says, amongst other things, about applied scholastics, the salvation of this planet and its future generations depend in no small measure on the education reform groups, such as applied scholastics, and on it goes. They are about reforming education. It's not just about teaching Scientology children Scientology. So my concern is stop pretending, as Vicky Dunstan did today in The Age, I think it was, that Athena School and the others promoting applied scholastics are secular. This is about the Scientology religion. And if they were just open about that, we would treat them as all the other religions.
I believe in 1983, in a unanimous decision, the High Court of Australia recognised Scientology as a religion in Australia. So Cyrus, I'm assuming in Australia they enjoyed the same tax breaks as other religions?
Yes, that's correct.
Can I just ask you, Cyrus, do members who believe in Scientology, do they deny children access to doctors and medical treatment?
Absolutely not. I mean, we have a sign in every church that's required in every church, and it's been there for about 50 years, that says if you come here for physical treatment or if you have a physical illness and you're looking for help, you need to see a medical professional. And that's actually a sign required in every church for the last 50 years.
All right, look, we haven't got enough time left here tonight to get to the bottom of Scientology. It's obviously going to take us a long time, and I don't want to be unfair or appear to be unbalanced. So, Cyrus, can I hang on to you and put you back to Kim, and we'll get your details, and we'll do this in more detail on another day?
Yeah.
Okay, stay right there. Don't go away. Heather, is there anything you'd like to say in wrapping up?
Look, it's not about attacking Scientology.
Because you're getting very technical.
I know that some Scientologists are feeling as if people are out to get them, and personally I'm not at all. I want them to have the freedom to believe what they want to believe, but they need to be honest with the rest of the community. That's what I'd like to see.
We'll hang on to you too, Heather. Can you stay there?
Sure.
All right, well, we might have this debate on another day, but time is certainly getting away on us with all the drama in Macquarie Street, and still more drama to come. Ross Greenwood will stay right on top of this Nathan Rees challenge as the